Hey everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, Uncharted. So I have to say, it just got out for early release, and normally I will not buy movies. I will rent them, but I am decided tonight to buy a movie. I know it's going to sit there and I'll never watch it again, so buying movies is awful, but it's the same as like going to the movies nowadays. It's $20 to buy the movie. You figure to drive to the movie theater, buy some popcorn, do whatever, you're paying about $20 anyway. So it's the same, right? And I don't do it that often. But I decided to tonight because I was excited. I thought it was early release that we could rent it. So like my whole Friday night was like, I'm going to watch Uncharted once everybody goes to bed. It's going to be fantastic, we got Spider-Man, Tom Holland, we got Marky Mark, we got Antonio Banderas in it, and that's it. And it's a treasure hunting movie that the two of them meet up and they go treasure hunting. That's essentially what the IMDb says about it. And it is 6.4 or 6.5 and 82,912 people. So 82,912 people not only went to the movies and paid their $20, but they also came to IMDb and rated it. So I shouldn't feel so bad, right? I mean, I know I watch a lot of movies and I spend a lot of money doing it. Spend a little bit more tonight, but let's hope. Let's see. Let's see if it's worth buying, waiting to rent, or waiting for Redbox, which is the greatest thing on earth. All right, I'll stick around. I'll stick around. I'll be here the whole time. It's an hour and 55 minutes and 43 seconds, minus the 13 minutes that I paused it at. So I'll be here. You stick around. I'll tell you a little bit more about the movie and let you know if it's any good, if I like it, and if you should pay for it. I'll be back. Hey everybody, I want to do a quick check-in here. We're at the 56-minute, 44-second mark. There's 59 minutes left, so it's pretty cool because now I can see all the actors and actresses. Of course, we got Tom Holland, Mark Wahlberg in it, and Sophia Ali is in it, and Tati Gabrielle. T-A-T-I. Tata? I don't know. Gabrielle. I don't know the two girls. I've never seen them before, but obviously we know Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg. Here's really what the movie is. It's National Treasure meets Red Notice. That's what you got. So we got Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg and Sophia Ali doing treasure hunting and having to do all these different things in order to find the treasure, just like in National Treasure. And the fact that the three of them are kind of working together reminds me of Red Notice. And then Tati Gabrielle is like and her and Antonio Banderas are also after the treasure. So they're the competing treasure hunters, if you will. The villains or the bad guys. So it's really got that aspect to it, which is fun, and I like it, and I like, the action, and I like to see Tom Holland doing all of his own stunts, or a lot of them, you know what I mean, like they're, that's pretty neat. I like a little bit of the banter so far between Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg. I would like a little bit more, make me laugh a little bit louder. What I don't like so far, the lack of depth. They jump right into it. You get a little backstory about Tom Holland, nothing about the other two. And then they come together and they start on a treasure hunt. So, there's no development of just the characters, and there's no really development of their, camaraderie, if you will. So that, I don't know how you do that with a 2-hour movie and you don't make that happen. Sure, it's going to build up here as they're doing all this, but I would have liked to see a little bit more. Somehow, again, I don't know who does what. Directors, producers, writers, make that happen. I don't know. I feel like National Treasure, Nicolas Cage and whatever the girl's name was, and the guy, you felt the connection between them. I don't feel the connection here. So, alright, let me get back to it, see where it goes. Not terribly disappointed, just wanted to bring that up. I'll be back. Hey everybody, we're at the credits of Uncharted. And interesting, it just popped up on the screen as I was just about to check in with you guys. It's actually based on a video game from PlayStation. I had no idea. Maybe you all knew that and I didn't. And there's a guy on the beach at one point that, you know, they reference it. I don't know what he has to do. I don't know if this was a previous movie and he was a person in that. I don't know. But, I mean, really, I stayed with what I said. About what you can compare this to, right? National Treasure meets Red Notice, and throw in a dollop, if you will, of Pirates of the Caribbean. You know, just for whatever. So, if you haven't seen it, you go into it making sure you know it's going to be like Mission Impossible ridiculousn's. You know what I mean? Like some of the things that they do in those kinds of movies. So, keep that in mind. It's not going to be realistic in any kind of way. That helps, I think, helps you have fun. And, you know, I think they missed a big opportunity with these two actors. I really thought that they could have done a lot more. You know, and I know I've said Red Notice, The Rock, and Ryan Reynolds. It just worked. I just laughed. I thought they did well together. You know, all three of them, you know, and Gal Gadot, and I think the two of them. Oh, there's little post-credit scenes going on here, so I'm gonna have to check that out. But I think the two of them have that capability. I think they were well matched in this movie, but underutilized. I think that was really what I was looking for. I was like surprised when I saw the ratings as low. It was 6.5, because I was like, this is like a can't miss opportunity. Sophia Ali. Alright. I don't know. I don't know her. I don't think I've ever seen her. I looked it up in other things. I think she's been in some other stuff, but I didn't recognize her. I'll keep my eye out for her in the future. But you know, she added a nice little element to all this, and so did Tatia, whatever. You know, made it interesting, but the main thing I think, what I wanted to see from this was the two of them somehow, you know, creating they don't have to bond right in the beginning, so they don't have to create that brother kinship stuff right off the bat. You know, it's got to develop into that. I get it. But while that happens, we have to really, I don't know, feel like one of the characters, or want to feel the emotions of the characters and everything that they've gone through, and earn that like connection. So they do set it up, like I said, Tom Holland's story, and he could be looking for the Mark Wahlberg character in this. He could be looking for that, but I didn't feel it. You know, they showed me it that I should feel it, but I didn't. If you know what I mean. You want him to be wanting the Mark Wahlberg character. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to spoil it if you haven't seen it, but that's what you want. You want that. And then when it happens, it's magical. It's not. So you don't get that feeling. And then the lead up, I think, is missing because there's not just, I just thought there would be more that would just, more, I'll call it banter. It doesn't have to be banter, but there's got to be more to it that I'm going to laugh at and feel and enjoy. And it just, you know, it was there. I felt it could have been more. I don't know how you do that. That's not what I'm good at. I'm not good at anything. But what I am, as far as movie reviews, like missing pieces and saying, oh, you should have done this. You know, there's a, you know, hey, you know, how did they get on the boats? Like, where did the boats come from? That kind of thing. Like, maybe you should, like that. Like, I cannot make the audience feel, or I don't have an idea on how do you make the audience feel like that kind of stuff. But people do it. They do it to me all the time, but they didn't in this movie, if you know. So, fun adventure movie, but could have been done like with two other actors for a much cheaper price. I'm sure the, you know, all the AI and all the crazy stuff that happened in there cost, but they could have done it with cheaper actors because they underutilized these two actors, I think. So there you go. No spoiler alerts or anything like that. There's nothing really to spoil. You don't go into it. You don't really, I mean, to be honest with you, you don't really care if they find a national treasure or whatever. That's not, you know, and if they do find it, what happens, all that kind of stuff. I also felt like the ending was a little bit abrupt. Like I said, there's some post-credit scenes here. So there's 8 minutes left on my thing. I paused it, so I'll check that out. But it's not going to make up for everything else. Okay, bottom line, you're probably waiting, Jeff, just give it a score. I'm sure you're not, but 6. Is it a 6? It's 6 to a 7. I feel I'm hypercritical on it, and maybe it shouldn't warrant a 6, but I wanted it to be an 8 or a 9, especially after I spent that money on it, and I'm disappointed. I'm not upset that I spent the money, so, but hindsight, I definitely wouldn't have. But I'm not so upset about it. I know, I'm just talking out all sides of my mouth. Alright, there you go. I'm going to go and check out these post-credit scenes and see what happens. So, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Kimmel's Irish Pub.